What is happening, family? Welcome to another great episode of In Your City. I'm your guy, Arrington, Gavin. Joining me always is my family, comedian SyRok Foxx.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
And the lovely hustle queen, Miss Michele Young.
Hey.
And we always got to acknowledge our awesome producer, Mr. Godley. He's not with us at this very moment, but he's with us in spirit. So we want to shout out Godley as well as Alvin, who's also behind the scenes, man. So we truly appreciate them. Look, y'all, another great day. How's everyone feeling this evening?
Good, man. Just finished some work stuff here at the studio, and I'm here talking with y'all.
Betty sounds so excited, by the way, Michele. I'm here talking with you guys.
I didn't have my lunch yet. I'm tired.
How about you, Michele? How you doing, fam?
I'm doing good. I'm sitting here in the house, cuddling with my.
Sometimes I forget your dog has eyes. That's how black that dog is.
Yeah, he's like super black, bro.
That's your best friend, SyRok. When you came over, he was He would sit on your lap the whole time.
His eyes are like glass, man. It's crazy.
Man, well, family, it's been a busy week. I was just telling y'all, like before the show, had a eventful weekend, and feeling it right now. But again, can't complain because it's getting closer to the holiday season and things like that. But have y'all started doing y'all Christmas like decorating and all that stuff yet?
Nah, I'm gonna dust out the tree though. I'm gonna dust out the tree on Monday. Get the bugs and roaches out of there. And,
that's important. That's important.
Yeah. I don't do real trees. You don't want
to be scratching during opening gifts, like.
Right. So we gonna pull out all the branches, spray them down, let it cool out on the back patio, and then we probably gonna put the tree up this week. Decorating probably gonna happen around the weekend.
I'm gonna be honest. I saran wrapped mine last year and left it as is, and it's sitting in the office completely still with the ornaments.
First of all, how much saran wraps you have to put? How much saran wraps you have to put on that damn tree?
Like moving saran wrap. You know what I'm talking about? You just go around
crazy.
The tree. All you gotta do is just.
Only Michele would think of something like that. Only Michele would think about that.
Because I was like, nobody gonna help anyway, so I might as well.
It's smart.
It really is. It really is. That is hilarious. Dog, the wife, she kept on bugging me about taking out the Christmas decorations, and we have a fully decorated home of Christmas decorations, like literally since last week. And yeah, it's a lot.
Fully decorated? It ain't even Thanksgiving yet.
Fully decorated tree.
You ain't put up not one turkey picture, did you?
It was crazy. We going out to Hobby Lobby and Pop Shelf, going to check out these deals and stuff, and it's hell because everything is like 50% off, and I'm just like, babe, I can't stay in a line like this, man. That's why I never done Black Friday, man. I don't have the patience. I can't stand alone.
Black Friday ain't even what it used to be, man. The prices be the same. They just put bigger stickers on there.
Yeah.
Some could be already $20, and then they put a bigger, brighter, redder sticker on it. They say $20.
Yeah, you're like, that's such a good deal. It used to be $20.23.
Exactly. And SyRok, it'll be that one person that's like really stern. She's like, look at here. I know last year it wasn't no $20.
Man.
Good deal right here. That's a good deal. Oh my gosh, that's funny, fam. Well, look, let's get it going with the show. But before that, being that it's the holiday season, I thought it would be a good time to throw up a little dad joke, but a holiday themed dad joke, if you don't mind. Okay. All right. You ready?
I didn't know there was Hollywood holidays themed dad joke.
Is that a separate book?
You could be more.
Holiday dad
is. He bought a separate book.
First of all, do not come for me for my skill set, okay? I does this. I do deep research on this. So let's get it going. Okay. Why does Santa have 3 gardens? Anybody want to ask? So he can ho.
It gets so uncomfortable. We running out of things to do when it ain't funny. We get so quiet because we don't know how to like.
They should have said trees. Why does he have 3 trees? like, or Three Elves. Three Elves would have been so funny. That would have been so
Three
funny.
L's. First of all, we're living in a world of like,
Oh my god,
the Diddy and all that stuff. So let's not try and say he got 3 L's and he hoing on it. That is funny. That is funny. Shame on you guys, y'all didn't. Anyways, damn it, let me move it on. God,
I didn't eat. I'm sorry, maybe it would have been funnier if I had a sandwich. It would have been funny. I didn't eat yet. I'm sorry.
Get this man a Crustable, please, so he can be on his best behavior. Look, y'all, I gotta talk a little bit. So, Michele, SyRok and I recently we did a quick live on our Instagram page in your city too.
Yeah.
By the way, for y'all listening, be sure to subscribe, follow it right now. We did a quick live after the Mike Tyson and Paul fight this past weekend. A fight that everybody was anticipating. They're like, hey, look, you got Mike Tyson, 58 years old, Hall of Famer. Hasn't truly had a pro fight since 2004, but like in 2020, he had an exhibition with Roy Jones Jr., who they both look washed up, by the way. Especially Roy Jones, was like he ain't missing no meals right now.
Roy was looking bad.
He was missing no meals.
What? He is living comfortable.
He was on the broadcast sound like somebody uncle for real while he was on that.
First of all, this man looked like he just got out of the bed and said, "Oh, let me do this broadcast." This man couldn't put on a tie or nothing. I'm like, "Oh, this man do now. I got some sweats."
He was like, "Look, you gotta hit towards the body. You know how the old people, you know how old folks used to be when they talk about their stuff back in the day. You gotta do the rope-a-dope. You gotta."
And bro, and look, and Rosie Perez was looking at him like,
like
Rosie did pretty good actually. I kind of like Rosie Perez as a commentator.
She's dope because she's from Brooklyn. I remember she used to do that in the past in some of the fight nights that was on HBO. She did it for quite some time. And in my mind, I'm like, what is her background in boxing? And really, it's just a love of the sport. So I thought she did dope. I thought she did a great job. It was random having Cedric up there looking like a
he didn't say much. He did not say a lot.
And he shouldn't have. It was pointless having him up there. I really was like, that was random.
If he was funnier, like if he delivered some more jokes, maybe if he, I don't know. It just looked like he was like, yeah, I gotta check.
Yeah, and, that's what it felt like. It definitely felt like that. I was like.
But to me, anytime you do something for Netflix, that's a genuine door-opening experience. You do something decent enough, you can mess around and get like a lifetime contract, back-to-back stuff. You're good. It's okay.
Who is that back there? Who is that woman? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but you can mess around and get y'all like, what? He got random white women right there.
I know, right? I'm like, SyRok keeping something from us.
No.
And they scared of him too, Michele. That's the thing.
That's funny.
That's Mariah. That's the new Mariah Carey right there, y'all. No, not at all. But yeah, if he was able to, I don't know, tell some more jokes, be a little funnier. I don't know. It just seemed like a good opportunity to show Netflix who Cedric really is and to flex on him real quick. And he didn't. He didn't. He became a meme. He became a meme. But other than that, the brimless hat,
grant me my 3 wishes, sir. Like, I mean, in the genie jokes, I think SyRok has said, reminded him of the guy from Coming to America.
Yeah, the one who was singing. God.
It's your queen
to be.
Like, it was.
That is so funny.
But it was I mean, look. AT&T Stadium, it was held in Dallas, Texas, home of the Cowboys. 95,000+ in attendance, which in my opinion was a waste of money if you bought a ticket there.
Yeah.
To me, the women's fight and the fight before that was worth it. It was worth the watch, if you ask me. If you take the first fight out and you take the last fight out and you put them two on the card, that was worth tuning in to a Netflix production. I mean, they were going in. The women. They were busting each other's face. Oh my god!
Literally, that eye started.
That eye, from the head, but it cut her. It cut her all over. Man, it was intense. It was drama. It was blood. It was passion. The women's fight and the fight with the guy in the pink. Them 2 fights was worth mine. Like, okay, I stayed up. I saw some good boxing matches. I'm happy. It wasn't until Jake Paul did after the 3rd round. It wasn't until that's when I was like, all right. But I didn't have much hype. I knew if it took anything past 3-4 rounds,
it was done.
It was going to be a done, like, ain't no point of watching anymore. I wanted everything to happen in the first, second, or third round, and we be happy with the results. But they stretched it all the way to 8, which was seemed very production
weird
wise. Cause ain't no way if Jake Paul had the upper hand on him from round 4 all the way till beyond, he should have been just go ahead and ended it and knock him out. Knock him out, let it go. And or if Mike Tyson was moving like he really was moving, like we saw him move in the training, like we saw him practicing. If he did the first round like that, Jake Paul would have been asleep.
Yeah.
I've seen those punches, bro. They still there.
And that's the thing, man. I ain't mean to cut you off, but like a lot of people, like they're starting to have a conspiracy theory in regards to the fight because they're like, okay, like SyRok said, Michele, we saw the training videos. The man was scary. He was quicker.
He was scary.
This was after he figured out, damn it, he had some ulcers. The man was in the hospital.
That's crazy.
And now he's coming back out and swole up, jacked, real quick. So the punches were there, but it was some moments that people put on social media, like it showed him do a lick and then it's like, Tyson kind of eased back a little bit. He's like, oh, I forgot. I got to make him look good. You know what I mean? Like I got to make him look good. And so
there was a story that it was scripted.
Yeah, but for 10 million, it was scripted for 10 million, and I just don't believe that he would take 10 million when the fight pays 20. Like the fight itself, if he won, it would have paid more than $20 million. Why take another 10?
Well, I think regardless, I think they got more than the price that everybody was already expected, like their purse to be. Like I think Jake was getting 40, Tyson was getting 20. I think after the event, I think they all got some additives added to that salary. So maybe why not? I mean, it was just Tyson was exhausted, bro. He was exhausted. And then on top of that, it was some crazy moments because production wise, the world was getting pissed off because of the buffering. Like I had some experience on my TV and I'm like, I just thought it was Cox. I must
got premium TV. I swear my TV only froze like 2 times, and that was during the beginning, like the earlier fights. So I don't know. I mean,
my shit was.
I was Gucci. They said it was over 200 something million viewers.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
but that means over 200 something million subscribers. Everybody paying what I'm paying to keep Netflix. They definitely should have been able to afford to keep everybody going.
I wonder if those are all the people that was like on a family plan that was experiencing buffering. No, I'm joking, but
my video was good. I was happy. Now the production, like the live set, the actual production that was there, it was beautiful. The ring was set up nice. The monitor, the jumbotron, like everything looked real good. Whoever put that set together, they really did their big one with that one. Like shout out to the behind the scene men on that fight. I know how hard it is to do a live event like that, and like I know how hard it is to be one single cog in that whole entire machine, and I also know how hard it is to oversee it all. And boy, they did their thing. They put a lot of money in a lot of folks' pockets who's in like the industry where I'm in. So shout out to everybody who was part of that. Everybody who I saw name on the credits, I was like, yep, they got a check. Good job. Yep, they got a check. Good job.
Especially the person that was showing Mike Tyson's ass cheeks.
Now he should be fired. He should lose.
I think he got a bonus. That man got a bonus. That person said
that was crazy.
He panned down and zoomed in.
And to the cheeks.
To the cheeks.
It was a lot of cheeks.
It gave the world at least 5 whole seconds of Tyson. That is crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Asses are being taken, y'all. The asses are being taken.
At a disproportionate rate.
But it was more funny because like Rosie Perez is like, we didn't need the butt shot. Like he's like the only one that said we didn't need that.
We didn't need that.
They wild. He could have panned up. He could have went to a locker. He went straight down from Roddy to fire that man. Fire that man right now.
That was intentional.
It was a lot. Wasn't ready for it.
Mm-mm.
But before I leave from that one, man. So all around thoughts on just the fight? Should Tyson have ever even agreed to do this? Should does this make Jake Paul in like a true does this make him like, oh God, he's the next big thing? He just beat a Hall of Fame. He just beat Mike Tyson. Like, how should the world react off seeing this fight? Whoever want to start this off.
If they would have paid me $500,000 to do that, I would have did it. They paid them multiple millions to put on an entertainment production, and that's what they did. I was entertained. From the beginning to the end, I was entertained. Like, even if I didn't want to be entertained in the way that I was, in fact, entertained, like with the booty cheeks, I didn't want to see it. But I tell you what, it was entertaining, and we talked about it for a long time. You know what I mean? Oh boy, the fight where oh boy humped the guy in the corner of the ring. Tell you what, I didn't think that I would. I didn't think that I'd see that when I tuned into a boxing match, but it was indeed entertaining. Logan Paul coming out on the low rider, with the hydraulics, and him still streaming live on his own cell phone.
Genius.
So now he's getting paid from whatever live stream that he's doing, and then getting paid from the Netflix live stream on top of that.
That's crazy.
Entertained. I am entertained. I was entertained when Mike Tyson hit that smelling salt, and it made him look like he
a baby who just woke up from a nap.
Dude.
Yeah.
He hit that smelling salt, and it looked like he was about to die.
Yeah.
I thought that's where we was gonna lose him. I thought that's when his heart stopped.
That did look crazy, to be honest.
And as crazy as that was, I was entertained. They got paid millions and millions of dollars to keep our eyes glued to a TV for about 2-3 hours, and it worked. Congratulations. That's my point of view.
What about you, Michele? Any thoughts after hearing about or after seeing this fight?
I mean, I definitely think the hype kind of, what you're saying, SyRok, is true. The stuff surrounding the fight was definitely entertaining, and the hype leading up to the actual fight was, very entertaining. We were at 2 different locations that night. Nina and I kind of bar hopping, and it was just like everybody was there. It was packed. So it was like the excitement of it was a lot of fun. The first few rounds, I was like, okay.
Right.
The last few rounds, I literally felt like it was my grandparents out there fighting. And I was just like, I could have got a few little jabs in there. I was like, they're not even making contact anymore. So then I was mad because of what Nina told me about it being a setup. It looked like a setup the last few rounds. So I was irritated. I was like, man, because I really wanted to see a knockout.
The first round looked so good. Tyson looked so good. I was like, oh my God. When he started to move, I thought, oh my God, Tyson's about to kill him.
Yeah.
And I saw one good punch. And then after that punch happened and after the round ended, it was all...
Yeah.
It was like somebody told him, hey, Mike, chill.
Yeah.
And he chilled.
We trying to make this money. Can you?
That's when he started biting.
We got bets on this.
Started biting the glove. That's when he said, chill. All right.
He said, let me get over here and eat these salts.
Started biting his glove. I'm like, this man. No, man, I definitely agree with what both of you all were saying. I mean, I'm still gonna be kind of a critic of Jake Paul. Do I think he's, training wise, the man has a career in boxing, right? I don't disagree. I just wish it would be more like, let me see him fight Wilder. Let me see him fight freaking Canelo Alvarez. Let me see him fight some true
Wilder. Who? Dante Wilder? Are you on crack?
I want to see.
You want to see Jake die? You want to
see him fight the best of the best. And I'm not talking about the best of the best that's 60 years old. I'm talking about somebody that is maybe like at least 5 years or 10. Because Jake's still a kid. I mean, Jake's younger than me. Jake's 27 years old. Like, he literally has been. This makes him like 11-1 in his official pro career because all those fights are sanctioned pro boxing matches. So, I'm gonna still kind of be a critic, but I do think that training wise, I mean, the man has the top trainers. He's very passionate about it. He's a hell of a businessman. I mean, he has his own promotion that promotes his fight, so he makes a crazy ton of money. He kind of does the same thing that Mayweather started to do with what was it? I forgot. I think Mayweather.
Yeah, he definitely took Mayweather's
Golden
he
Boy
took his formula. He took his
Yeah.
formula hard.
So I mean,
But instead of him picking and choosing and ducking and dodging fights while he's retired, he's doing it from jump and making it.
True. And as for Tyson, man, he's still gonna be the greatest. I don't think this, hurt his career, because one thing people were like, once the fight was over, thank God he wasn't like knocked down. Thank God he was still standing up. He survived all 8 rounds for 58 years old and hasn't fought in a long time. You still gotta give him his props. And yeah, it hurts his record. Instead of 50-6, he's now 50-7. Oh, whoop-de-damn do. But he's also $20 million richer now.
Yeah.
So,
he's very wealthy.
Yeah. So I think he's cool with that, man. But no, just wanted to talk a little bit on that one, y'all, and then want to move it on. I got one more story I want to bring up to y'all attention. Here in the Hampton Roads area, we have a famous music festival called Something in the Water. It's founded by Pharrell Williams, Grammy Award winning. We don't have to really backtrack or go how successful he is, but Something in the Water Festival, I would say, since the start date, it was in Virginia Beach, it's kind of been a little rocky. Right? Mm-hmm. It's been, when it first started, the first 3 days, one of them got canceled out. The year after that, we had COVID. Then after that, he had some issues with Virginia Beach. So then he took it to DC, which was, people were like, I'm a support, but it didn't make sense on brand. Like Something in the Water, we're by a lake, we're by a pond in DC. Mm-hmm. Where's the water at, right?
There is definitely something in that DC water though. Like there is something definitely in there. 100% you catching worms if you put it there. If you put that water in your body, I guess you're gonna.
Yo, there's definitely something toxic in there. I would not go near it if I were you. I would not. But he brought it back. I think it was maybe for like 3 or 4 days. Had the final day canceled due to weather. So he's like, okay, let's kind of re-strategize. Let's change the dates. So he did. It was supposed to be happening in October. People waiting in lines, camping outside in their lawn chairs. Right when they got their tickets, the man said it's been postponed.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's crazy because
you should have known it was gonna be postponed when we didn't know who was performing. Mm-hmm. We didn't know who was performing, and us local artists was like, "Yo, what's going on? Like, none of us is booked. That's insane."
So I was like, "My phone is still
isn't ringing. What's happening?"
It's on.
And I just thought, the competition probably got the booking, and you call the competition, congratulate, and they say, "No, brother, I thought you got it." Mm-hmm. It's like, nah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That is crazy. But it was just so suspect. But you brought up a good point, SyRok, because usually they'll mention the lineup at least 2 months before they actually drop the tickets to the locals, and we never knew who was performing. I'm more frustrated the fact that those tickets weren't going to be like, say, guaranteed or like on hold for them for the next year festival. Like I wouldn't have said, we're gonna get your refund back. So the
same people who got their tickets for the October one should have been able to just get their same. You know what I mean? But then that means it's not a guarantee that it's going to happen, and that's what I think.
Well, it was tough though, because they had on the local news out here. The organizers, city officials as well as the organizers are part of Something in the Water. They haven't agreed on a contract as far as like, okay, look, are we having it next year? Are we having it back in April? Like, what's the plan? So, the mayor saying, look, if we don't have something signed on this date, I'm pulling the plug. And which to me was unfortunate, because out of all the music festivals, in my opinion, that was one of the most, premier and successful ones as far as like money bringing in performers and things of that nature. So I'm like, you have to do all you can to keep it. Which on the good thing is, y'all, they did sign a contract, so they are having it. But I think my question I want to ask you guys is, should we get our hopes up with Something in the Water in the future? Like, I just feel as though
I want to get booked on it, man. So this is just plain simple. It's like you said, it'll be one of the only festivals for us, by us, with hometown heroes like who made it out and did amazing things worldwide, and then you have the local legends who they may have not made it to mainstream, but they made it to enough popularity and enough acknowledgement of their skills, that the whole 757 know who they are, and you got, celebs like me who, we're burning our own path, and situations like that finally gives us a spotlight to be like, look, we've been doing this on the ground for a long time. Look how far we've been able to create our art. And so festivals like that kind of help bring it all together. The mainstream, the underground, the up and coming, the leaders of the pack when it comes to the cultural movement. Mm-hmm. And so I wish nothing but the best for it to happen. I will say though, if you keep playing with these people's hearts, you keep playing with the people's emotions, they gonna bail on you and they ain't gonna show up regardless of who you put on there. Damn right. But I really hope that it's all, I really want to be a part of it. I want my peers to be a part of it. If I'm not, like, in some way, shape, and form, Something in the Water is amazing for local artists. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It's a grand opportunity. So if it gets taken away or if it fails or delayed or anything like that, man, I'd be pretty upset. Like, I'll be pretty boo-hooey about it.
Yeah, SyRok, man, I agree on most of that. As far as you being a celebrity, no. But,
that's crazy.
But I definitely agree.
Your aunts, your mom, they all love me. Like, they tell me my jokes on my album.
Is he bringing my family to this?
I'm just saying, you can't say I'm not a celebrity and your family knows me.
That's funny.
This man said, I get the red carpet from your aunts all the time. What? I'm famous. But no, man, you speaking nothing but facts. Michele, now you're a person that you work personally with a lot of the local artists here. You're, I would say, one of the I'll say pioneers that's really continuing to focus and showcase the talent here in the Hampton Roads area.
Agreed.
What's your thoughts as far as the festival and hey, is it should we continue to give a lot of our time, talent, and resources to see, okay, look, or should we just start, I'm gonna create my own thing, damn it, because I just don't, there's never a guarantee. Mm-hmm. Like, what's your thoughts when all this stuff is going on?
Well, I have attended the festival, which was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And not just that festival, but the Something Indie Water, which if you weren't familiar with that was a kind of the local artist side that was happening, right down the street from the actual festival. Obviously, there were still local artists that were included in the festival, so I'm automatically, I'm in support of it. What I think needs to happen, it has nothing to do with the music. Mm-hmm. It is a lack of having the right people in the right position in that organization. Like, there's a lot of disorganization that's continuing to plague Something in the Water. Yeah. And from them still insisting on wanting to have it in April, I still wasn't even confident in October, but October to me was a better time of year than April. Like, stop doing it in April when it's literally the rainiest season. It's cold and rainy. Like, it's miserable when you're out there and it's cold and raining.
Worst beach weather ever. Like, worst beach weather ever.
Like, why can't we have it in the summer or later in the spring? End of May. I just think that there needs to be some different people in the leadership of Pharrell's organization. That
I think it's because they don't want to clash. I think it's because they don't want to clash with their other, guaranteed festivals and stuff. So what is January, February, March, April, May, June? So I say May to August is festival season. True. And some of the festivals, the huge ones, the super brand name, they pay a lot of money, you know what I mean? Or it's like funded by Jay-Z and you got to do this favor for Jay-Z, you know what I mean? It's just like the iHeart Festival.
I got you.
Know what I mean? Rolling Loud, like there's
Rolling Loud. Yeah,
there's tons of festivals.
Isn't Coachella kind of close to it as well?
Yeah, Coachella's.
Or is that a little further out?
I don't know. I thought that Coachella was August.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What about because Usher has one too? Well, the Friends,
the Lovers and Friends is always that's
so it's like Vegas. Maybe Pharrell and his team don't think that they can compete to get other artists like the big names to come to Virginia Beach, but I mean you don't gotta get the to me, you ain't gotta get the super large Rick Rosses and whatever to make it poppin'. You can get the Rick Ross of 7'5", like you can get the Rick Ross of Us, and it'll still be amazing. You can get T-Riffic, and I'm not saying that just because T-Riffic a big guy. I know how that probably. I know how that probably, but you can get people like T-Riffic. You get people like T-Riffic who already assembles huge masses of people to support music. You got people like the Capture of the World Festival who, guarantees numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm stuck on this whole local artist is better thing.
Has Pharrell partnered with local organizations like that? That's the question.
I don't know.
He has, because if you go to the fest, I mean, I've been to it twice as far as when it's been in Virginia Beach. And there's never a time where they're like, hey, look, we're bringing out such and such own or local own. I mean, it's a lot of artists, but they're artists that are not based from the area. So
my last affiliation with it was media related, so I didn't even get to see the stage. I had to actually work and get interviews and stuff like that on the sidelines on the walk.
I think if he partners with like you said, something in D-Water, because that wasn't a partnership with him. That was I guess another organization that said, hey, look, this is the perfect time to do it while we have a crowd of folks here, while we're right here on the oceanfront. Let's do it. So it would have been great for him to partner with them now that he has 2 sound stages, and maybe even just say, look, we're gonna have something in every single part of the oceanfront. So I wish that it was more of a stronger partnership with the locals, and to piggyback what SyRok was saying as far as not always bringing in headline names. Look, the first year Something in the Water came, obviously he wanted to go out with a bang. He brings, he brings a Jay-Z, he brings Snoop, he brings Diddy.
And I'm not even saying don't try to do those things, by the way. I'm not even saying don't even try to do those things. I'm just saying don't cancel the whole thing because your famous friend don't want to show up.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that's the thing. He will put them back to back to back. Like, it was at one point, the first day that got canceled, he had Quavo, Gwen Stefani, Dave Matthews Band. I'm talking all on the same day. At that time, they just had one stage. And it was random because I think at one point, Jaden Smith's name was up there, and then that got canceled out. I'm like, I want to see Jaden Smith rap. I want to see that. So it was so many top tier names, but it's like, I think further on, Something in the Water used to always showcase the up and coming, like the Corey LeRae, the what's Booty Hole Brown? What's her
Sexy
Red.
Red.
My God.
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red. Yeah, Sexy Red. I don't know.
That man hell. Booty Hole Brown. What's her name?
He bringing out her.
Come on, we gotta move on, man. I got a time limit.
Well, look. We'll talk a little more sometime, but look, we got to move it on, y'all. It's time for one of our favorite segments.
He said,
"The booty hole,
booty hole Brown."
The booty hole,
the booty hole.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's SyRok, what you think? And what I want to talk about is, man, the complainers when it comes to people listening to music and artists in general. Let me tell you something. I've been going down this little music journey of mine now for about a year, 2 years, as far as professionally. And I've been actually learning and studying music for about 3-4 years now, trying to really get an understanding so I don't come off as no fraud or no pretender when I release my own projects. Now, since then, since deep diving into the art of music, I've noticed that the consumers of this art form have gotten extremely lazy. And this is in a time where music is extremely accessible. There are hundreds of thousands of artists across the board, and just hip-hop alone. And that's one of the things you hear people complain about the most when it comes to hip-hop. You'll get an old person who turns on the radio and they'll hear a drill artist, and they'll hear drill hip-hop and think, what is this trash? Hip-hop has died. This is da-da-da-da-da-da-da, blah, 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 blah. When really they just stumbled upon a subcategory of a subcategory of hip-hop. And it's like, you're saying that there's no good artist out, but when the last time have you looked? When the last time you clicked on the browse section and searched your genre, do diligently? And I promise you, a lot of people haven't. I've witnessed people who call themselves hip hop connoisseurs and then completely disrespect the craft because they too scared to listen to anything other than 100.3 The Beat. Let me tell you something. 103 The Beat just play a fucking track. Like they just, oh, I forgot where I'm at. I'm sorry, Jesus.
I thought I heard something.
103, like some of these radio stations that people listen to, they're capped at only a few, maybe a million, maybe a couple million listeners. You know, when it comes to these different and unique playlists that you see on Spotify, Apple Music, and all these places, there are 70, 80, 90 million listeners sometimes, and they're expanded across huge gaps of different types of genres of hip hop. I don't know if y'all ever, deep dived into the music that you enjoy, but have you discovered an artist that no one has ever heard of, and you were like, oh, That's
all
the question.
The time. I thought one thing that I've done lately is I started asking people that I'm really close to, like Nina and my daughter or Zeke. Like, I'll ask them to share their playlist with me. Like, just I'd be like, hey, you got a random playlist? Like, share it. Especially because Zeke went to Berkeley School of Music, so he follows a lot of artists that he went to school with. That a lot of them are doing big things, but a lot of them are still kind of, smaller. So I love doing that because then you're definitely getting a much bigger variety. And just in general, like, I'm always trying to find local artists, adding them to my playlist, and, just random. I love the off the cuff. I like a lot of the mainstream artists too, but those are not my go-to. My go-to are going to be the off the cuff. I like the people who not everybody knows. I find it to be, I don't know, it's like a little hidden gem, little secret. And then when I share it with other people, they're like, who is this? I'm like, it's nobody, but there's somebody.
It's a dope feeling when you put somebody on. It's a dope feeling when you put somebody on to a new artist. What about you, Arrington? Have you ever discovered somebody that, like, you were thinking, why isn't this person famous? Like, this dude is amazing, or this woman is crazy good.
Definitely. I think honestly, I've been doing it more since working with the full package because I'm like, I can listen to talk radio and podcasting 24/7. I don't listen to a lot of music. I love music, and so I got to snitch on myself because I'm definitely one of those people who be like, "Who the hell is this? It's the same old shit I'm listening to every time." I'm that, and again, but like you said, I don't really dig deep and like expand. I'm always just listening to whatever is being sent to me and broadcasted on the radio, things of that nature. So I was like, but I have to snitch on myself because like you mentioned earlier, I don't dissect further on to realize there's so many different categories within this one genre. Really, I mean, I kind of dislike the whole split up between like different music genres because I feel like music is like everybody, you know what I mean? Country, rock, all that stuff. So
it just helps with the search. I mean, I agree with you on that, but it does help with you with the dang, I gotta find something. So I'm on both sides of it.
Yeah, but a man by the name of Alan Stone, he's pretty popular, but white hippie guy, long hair. He actually one of his hit songs was Sierra Nard's wedding song, and it was so funny because she kept on singing this song in the or playing the song in the house. I'm like, oh, that's a dope song, and I've always been a fan of him like a while back, just hearing some of his music, but it was hard to like describe. I kept on trying to reference like, yeah, you gotta listen to this. So while we're trying to think of a wedding song, we're watching the NPR Tiny Desk. He performs that song. She's like, that's the song I've been listening to. I forgot the name of the artist, but that's the song. I'm like, oh, that's Alan Stone. That's such and such and such. So it's a song called I Will Give You Blue. Check it out. It's very
I Will Give You Blue.
I Will Give You Blue. And he actually wrote it for his now wife. He wrote it at the time when they got engaged. So he's soulful voice. And close your eyes. You think you listen to a brother, but he's a white guy, and he's just. I
got a song. You gonna mess around and have a baby too? Watch, Arrington. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. You gonna have a baby? I promise. It's real good.
Oh, wow.
It's real good.
Michelle, that thing gonna be nasty. I don't even know. I already know the
Nah.
lyrics.
It is. We're
Real
gonna be real nasty.
That song gonna be really disgusting.
That's crazy. Y'all don't got
It
no
gonna
hope, no
be.
faith in me, no faith. All
Oh
right,
man.
so to the people who's listening, look, I don't mean to insult you, but and I know I do it a lot, but stop being lazy. Please stop being lazy. Stop being the person
Yeah.
that turns on the radio station, the most popular one in your city, and then being like the 4 or 5 artists that they play are the only artists that's in that genre of music. Stop it. There's hundreds of thousands of different types of artists, and I'm sure that there is someone making current music that you love. You just ain't bothering to look. You ain't going grocery shopping. You just waiting till somebody comes to your front door and shove the sandwich down your throat. That's crazy. You don't know if you like pickles, lettuce. We don't know what's happening. There's no. My analogies be getting crazy when I need to smoke. I'm
I
sorry.
love
I
it.
don't
He's hungry. You're hungry. He's
don't
like,
like
somebody.
Before I get too deep into this analogy, just explore. That's all I'm saying. Explore. And when you get to a certain level and you're like, I want to hear something new, type my name in. Easy plug. SYROK. FOXX. You're going to love it eventually. Because there's still some people who owe me verses.
I love
Like,
that.
where my verse at? Oh. But yeah, that's all I got.
Well,
What?
oh, can you hear me?
Ew, no, stop.
What
Fix your
happened?
back. Michelle,
What
go
happened?
ahead. Y'all,
What
Michelle,
happened?
let's do Michelle's corner.
Okay. I don't know what's
While
going
Arrington
on.
fixes his
Yeah.
T-Move mic. Listen.
Yeah. Something definitely going on. But yeah, okay. So all right. So this week, has been really, really extra challenging in business. And for the people watching this who may not know, I have, a few businesses outside of, the full package. I have a commercial cleaning business, class A construction. We build homes and remediation. So we do kind of water, fire, mold remediation. But what I wanted to talk about today is first to check in with our service-based businesses out here, because are y'all okay? Because we are not. This year has been the most difficult years in the 12 years that I have been in business. The just trying to stay in business is like a weekly struggle, between the rising costs of materials. As a builder, most definitely, we'll put in a bid, and frequently you put in a bid for a new home build or renovation, and you don't start for a couple months. You got to pull your permits. It takes time. By the time we get to the 2 months later, the prices are literally like 20, 30, 40% higher than they were,
Jeez.
just for
Wow.
building materials. And just to give an idea, we just are finishing up a new home build. When we bid the project, the cost for the lumber was going to be around $30,000 just for the lumber. 4 months later, when the project started, it was literally $56,000 for the price of the lumber. And, this has been a big trend through this entire year. And even just in the cleaning business, labor has dramatically gone up by almost 40% in the last 3 years. Obviously, for a good reason, we're raising wages. But in the cleaning industry, it's very difficult to go to your customer and say, "Hey, we're raising the price by 30 to 40%." They start firing you. They start going in house, hiring custodians, or just trying to find other companies with less employees who have a little less overhead. But through this year, I've done a lot of praying, and we've had to get very creative on how to continue to survive, to make payroll, to pay our subcontractors, to deal with legal issues, because people are very sue happy,
Mm.
in this
That's
current
true.
culture. We have 2 lawsuits going right now, that are just draining. It's just so draining. And, this past week was kind of like, I think, a rock bottom for, myself and my business partner. And, we were just kind of like, are we gonna close the business down?
Mm.
Are we going to pivot and stop doing construction, maybe go back to just painting? What are we going to do? We have to do something because, this continues a week or two, we're going to be out of business. And so, I know there's a lot of service-based businesses that have the same struggle and struggle with keeping employees. I hire and fire 3-4 people every single week. It's just a constant rotation of, people coming in and out the door, which is very expensive. So I've had to dig really deep this past week, emotionally, mentally. I considered applying for jobs. I considered just walking away. It's been a really rough week, but, here we are Sunday. I took the day yesterday kind of away from everything, and just sat alone with myself to try to, just gather for myself a plan on how I can keep moving forward and supporting my business partners, my employees, and just have a positive attitude and not just want to give up. So my question, because I know you guys are both obviously business owners as well, like what would your suggestion or your advice be to myself and other business owners who are, kind of feeling crushed and defeated, at this point?
So hopefully this isn't took as a way to just start booting motherfuckers to the curb. But I gotta use an analogy, and that's my only way to really translate my brain into verbal. The Transformer guy, the leader, Optimus Prime. Hear me out. He has this set of armor and stuff that he adds to himself, right? Like he has this little tractor trailer thing, and when he's pulling it around, he can transform and like add to his body, make him bigger. He can fly, he can do whatever, right? But sometimes when he start getting his ass beat, he has to shake loose a lot of that stuff and just keep his core him to be able to keep moving. So when I came through COVID was a good example, especially for someone who relies on live events. Like live events was my sole way of making money, either in front of the camera or behind. The all common denominator was I got this outside thing, and then outside got closed. And granted, it seemed like outside was a core thing, but the truth was that outside was one of those extra armor situations that, I was just going to war with. The radio shows, stand-up comedy shows, da-da-da-da-da. It's not the core me. The core me is my ability to write. That's the core me. That is the me that'll survive no matter what happens. I'll always have the ability to write. And as long as I can write, I can make $1. Set. It just so happens that, the funny stuff I write makes more money. But I write stuff for everybody. Movies, scripts, sad poems, eulogies, congratulations speeches. I write non-stop. And that's the core me. So my advice to you is, if it is feeling like some of your armor is breaking, is chinking, is weighing you down, you're not fighting as good as you used to fight, maybe you can set it down for a little bit or send it to get repaired, or just drop it all together. Because the core you doesn't really need that to survive anyway. The core you is strong enough to do whatever you want to do and keep moving. And then you can later on go back and be like, all right, I'm feeling good. Things is up. Profit margins is making great. Let's add what I dropped 2-3 months ago. Let's bring that back. Or let's add what I dropped 2-3 years ago. Sometimes that happens. I've dropped projects that I can't financially sustain. If I keep it, I die. If I drop it, a few people do lose their job. A couple people might even hate me and say that I'm fake. But I have to survive. I have family. I have children. I have people who depend on me. I can't keep this on me or I'll die. Sometimes you just gotta let it go and pick it up again later.
That's good advice.
I couldn't agree more with SyRok as far as coming back and complete. Because for one, I've always had the mindset giving up is never an option. I put too much hard work into this. I'll be damned if I'm gonna just say erase it and then start from scratch. That's not gonna happen. one thing, my mom always had taught me. So my she's worked in sales all her life. That's only been, meaning if she doesn't work, she doesn't get paid. If there's a dry season, it affects her business. So working in real estate, I mean, how many times have we seen recession periods where people can't afford
Yeah.
homes? Interest rates are really high. I've seen so many, but I've never ever seen her feel, feel like her hair was being pulled or anything. You know what I mean? Like, or in a panic mode. You always gotta, for one, you already mentioned faith, right? You gotta keep it positive. You have to realize that being a business owner, no one said the shit was gonna be easy. Like, it really is. It's not meant to.
In fact, they warned us not to do it.
Literally.
I mean, it's the hardest job. Every day to me, I feel is like it's a roller coaster, because I'm like, we will have dry periods. Hey, sometimes the holiday season is our best when it comes to, sales, because people are purchasing for others. Sometimes we're just like, it's a period where it's very, very dry. Now, I'm fortunate to, I do other stuff outside of my own business, and no job is ever too small, no job is ever too large. So I say all that to say, if people have to, rely on, hey, maybe I do a part-time 9 to 5 kind of thing, there's nothing wrong with that. It's all about having steady income coming in, because don't let your pride get in the way of being like, hey, look, I want to be my own boss. No. Bills still got to be paid. Food got to be on the table. And so I say all that to say, Michele, it happens to all of us. I mean, really, it's that stuff is normal. It sucks because, like you said, if you are representing, or you are making sure other folks have food on their table, just like SyRok said, if something happens to me, man, it can affect not just myself but other individuals and their families as well. So it is a hard task. Every morning I'm grateful, and because I do have my moments where I'm just like, damn, what, I've done this for 6 years now. I should already be, because we've always heard of like the 5-year plans, and then I've even heard people say 7-year plans. I get tired sometimes. I'm like, damn it, I've put in the hours. I'm exhausted. Why isn't this numbers not increasing? Why we haven't seen a push from this and that? So I always have my moments, and my wife can tell you I've had my breaking points, but it's just, you really have to keep stuff going. We meet with each other more than just once a week, but look, we stay consistent with our podcast. I'm doing my own podcast on the side, literally, recording every day. We all have our own businesses. We don't sleep. Like, we don't sleep. I'm tired right now, damn it.
Oh my god, I'm so tired.
SyRok is starving because he hasn't eaten.
So tired.
I haven't ate since yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, I really want, I'm always, praying for all of us, honestly, because I know we all working hard here, and we all know how great, this relationship we have here, this podcast that we have going on. And trust me, we have our moments where we're like, man, I'm tired. Like, I mean, come on, we had a behind the scenes, meeting as far as like the consistency, with this podcast.
Yeah.
We didn't know where direction this was going to take us. But I mean, hey, look, it's all a part of God's plan. He's I heard Denzel Washington say, he look, if you fall down 7 times, get up 8. Like, hey, this stuff is going to happen. Like, this is just, don't be alarmed when you hit a wall, because eventually, that's just going to benefit, and it's going to even reward you. The reward is going to return the favor back to you in a much larger way. So,
and it's even great because it's even more amazing when you look at your product and it's good. Like, you look at it, and even, I know you slightly biased because you're a part of it, but even if you set that attitude aside and you look at what you created, oh my goodness, man. And it's beautiful. It's dope. Like, the full package. That is $1 million idea.
Yeah.
It's $1 million idea.
It really is.
Come on.
And it's funny, SyRok, since you brought that up, it's kind of why sometimes I can't stand it, which I understand as far as if I was a celebrity or something like that. But when I see a lot of celebrity endorse like brands, as far as like, I'm gonna just say Rick Ross has a beard care line. That pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, because there's small business owners that are really struggling, being like, look, I've worked so hard to get this, and now I got to compete with somebody that. But again, I try not to care about it too much. But still, it's just, I don't know. That's just kind of like my little.
If it make you feel better, it's trash.
Oh, I know.
I was about to say, if it make you feel better, I've used your product, and your product compares or beats a lot of things that I've used in Target. So there's that. You know what I mean? Your soap, your body wash. Last lasts longer, feels better, not dry. Like, man, I got a whole list of, things as far as your product compared to something that I'd have to spend $30-$40 on at Target, and I'm not even satisfied. So
Yeah.
well, apparently your interconnection is
well, I know. Well,
it's crazy to give him a compliment about quality and he can't. Well, go ahead, Michele.
But I think also, I mean, I appreciate everything that, you guys are saying. And I think we also just having these open conversations with people and just like getting advice from other business owners. Like a lot of times people want to keep it to themselves. They want to have a certain appearance and look like they have it all together. And sometimes we need to just be like, hey, I don't have it all together. I've had 3 breakdowns on the phone with Cam this week, just this week alone. Like, I think it's okay to just talk to, your friends who are also business owners and like bounce ideas off one another and like just be able to like support one another because it is difficult. Being a business owner is like, oof, it is, like you guys said, it's exhausting. Like, even on my days off, I'm never off. I still get calls and texts from my, the cleaners. That's 7 days a week. Like, I can't remember a time I ever in years where I was fully just off of everything, had no interactions business wise. But I love it at the same time. I love what I do. So it's like, going away from what you love to do, that's more terrifying most of the time than, starting something, starting something new, but I appreciate y'all's input. I think that's great advice. And, just come on, everybody, just don't give up, but also, talk to people, talk to other people. Don't just take it all on yourself and deal with it yourself.
Yeah.
Very true, y'all. Very true. Well, look, Michele, I appreciate that because I think we all need it. That's a perfect way to end the show as far as like giving some good advice to our listeners because we know a lot of them are business owners and all of our viewers out there. Look, family, it's always great talking with you as always. For those who are tuning into the show, be sure to continue to stay consistent tuning into our program In Your City. Follow us on Instagram at In Your City 2. Follow us on subscribe to our YouTube channel In Your City, as well as just follow each and every one of us. Comedian SyRok, Foxx, Hustle Queen, Miss Michele, Young, myself, Arrington, Gavin, man. Look, we got some great stuff. And then also to stay tuned because the full package, we got some great stuff coming for you too.
Real quick, that lady who threw her bra on the stage this weekend, I just need permission to post a video. If you could just hit me back in my DMs and give me the thumbs up that I'm good to share it, I'll be
that is
thank
funny.
you. Double H.
Look, jokes on you, SyRok. That was me.
You ain't got double H, buddy. You ain't got double H. That was a double H bra that got thrown on the stage.
That is so funny. I love that.
Oh, family. Well, look, any things before we jet? Anything y'all want to throw out there for the listeners to stay tuned for?
Man, listen, I need help titling my project, so I will give someone a heap load of money if you can come up with a name, because I got nothing.
Well, you heard that,
titling
folks.
your projects?
Look, it's so I was gonna self-title the album, but the I'm trying to register it with the actual RIAA, and actually get it certified this time instead of like the other ones that's platinum records, but it got no weight to it. So this time around, I want to do, and I already had it set that it was gonna be a self-titled project, but they saying they don't recommend it. Everybody is saying it's a stupid idea. And so I'm going to listen to the professionals.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen and actually name it whatever.
Whatever it needs to be named.
I feel like you just named it right there, SyRok.
Whatever. No, I'm not paying you nothing. I'm not paying you nothing.
Whatever.
I'm not giving you no money because if I name it that, now I got to cash app you. No, I'm not doing it.
See, Michele, look, I'm always trying to get a little hustle now.
I know. That's so funny.
Can't hurt to do for trying. Well, look, family, look, as always, y'all continue to tune in Your City. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings. Look, we out.